never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented
Good afternoon, baseball fans. You are here on Yankees The Ugly Truth with Ken, and we will be calling today's live play-by-play of the Yankees facing off against the Milwaukee Brewers. Hopefully we can salvage the game from this debacle that has been the first two games of this road trip. We are going to see Carlos Rodon make his 2026 opening start. So welcome back, Carlos. And before I get started, for all of you mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Your accomplishments and your support are always appreciated because y'all do so much for us. This stream is being simulcast on the Hardcore Sports Network. So I want to thank Mitch and his crew for that. And we're going to start by going over today's lineup. Leading off playing center field is going to be Trent Grisham. Ben Rice will be at first base, hitting out of the 2-hole. Aaron Judge will be DHing, hitting out of the 3-hole. Cody Bellinger will be cleaning up, playing left field. Jazz Chisholm Jr. will be playing second base, hitting out of the 5-hole. Ryan McMahon will be manning third base, hitting out of the 6-hole. Jose Caballero will be at short, hitting out of the 7th hole. Spencer Jones will be in right field, hitting out of the 8-hole. And J.C. Escaro will be behind the dish. And on the bump is going to be Carlos Rodon. For the Milwaukee Brewers, Jackson Chourio will be leading off playing left field. Bryce Terang will be at second, hitting in the 2-hole. DHing will be William Contreras, hitting out of the 3-hole. Behind the dish is going to be Gary Sanchez, cleaning up. Vaughn will be at first base, hitting in the 5-hole. Luis Renfifo will be at third base, hitting out of the 6-hole. Mitchell will be in center field, hitting out of the 7-hole. Perkins will be in right field, hitting out of the 8-hole. And at shortstop, bringing up the rear is going to be Joey Ortiz. On the mound is going to be Henderson. It is his second start of the season, so I guess we'll see what we see. And I want to welcome the folks that are in the stream. Kaz, John the Beagle Dad, Margaret, Yanks for Life. Appreciate y'all being here. Well, let's see, John. The question that you have is, what kind of pitch count will Rodon be on? His last start down at Scranton, he was at ballpark 85 pitches. He's capable of bumping to 95. If y'all have not, please take a second to drop your vote in our active poll today. And the poll is Carlos Rodon's 2026 debut is today. How many innings will he pitch? If you haven't, as you know, we go for 30 likes per stream. So hence, go in there and hit the like button, share the channel out. We are currently at 8 subscriptions. And if you have not, please consider subscribing to Hardcore Sports and to the Yankees The Ugly Truth family. There are QR codes in your upper left and right-hand corners. Left is Hardcore Sports. Right is Yankees The Ugly Truth. Here at Yankees The Ugly Truth, we are at 709 subscribers. One short of our next milestone of 710. So hence, anything you can do to help us out would be most appreciated. And I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy Sunday and Mother's Day to listen to a little bit of baseball. Support is always appreciated. Well, since his hand contusion, Rice has been not doing so hot. And hopefully today we will see Spencer Jones get his first major league career hit. Henderson is 0-1 on the season with a 4.50 ERA. He has 11 strikeouts on the season. Henderson features a four-seam fastball, changeup, a cutter, and a slider. He throws his four-seamer about 48% of the time. So hence, hopefully we can get on top of him. His fastball comes in at 93 miles an hour. Changeup is at 83. Cutter is at 87, and the slider is at 80 miles an hour, but he only throws the slider about 8% of the time. So that's a show me pitch. Apparently he has a lot of movement on his pitches. So how are we feeling about us getting into the game today? And Trent Grisham is stepping up to the plate. First pitch from Henderson is going to paint the bottom of the strike zone. For call, strike one. Yep, I think she's having a good day. But thank you, Kaz. Most appreciated. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and the cutter is inside. Count is 1-1. Alex McKay is our home plate umpire. He is considered a neutral umpire. And the next pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is 1-2. Pitch is on the way, and Grisham swings at a pitch that is down and out of the strike zone. Coming up to bat is Ben Rice, hitting .316 on the season, 12 home runs. Hey, Nancy, welcome to the stream. And the first pitch is on the way, and the fastball is down low. Count is 1-0. Henderson sets, fires, and the pitch is in there for call. Strike one. An 83 mile an hour changeup. Henderson sets and fires, and the slider breaks hard inside. Count is 2-1 on Rice. And the pitch is on the way, and that is hammered foul. Count is now even at deuce on Rice. Pitch is on the way, and this is hammered to right field. And Perkins is making the catch and is going to make it on the warning track. Nice running catch for Perkins. So Rice put a charge into that one, but to no avail. That is the second out. All rise. The judge is in the chambers. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is driven to right field. It is going, and gone. And that is a four-bagger for the captain in the first inning. And the Yankees jump up to a 1-0 lead. That is Judge's 16th home run, went 373 feet, traveled at 104.4 miles an hour. Coming up to bat is Cody Bellinger. And Henderson sets. The pitch is down low. Count is 1-0. And Henderson sets. And the pitch is on the way, and that is going to be just off the plate. Count is 2-0 on Belly. Henderson sets and fires, and that pitch is up high. Count is 3-0 on Bellinger. Henderson sets and fires, and that one paints the bottom of the strike zone for call. Strike one. Count is 3-1. Belly's hitting .289 on the season, 5 home runs. Henderson sets and fires. That pitch is off the plate, so that is going to be ball 4. So Bellinger is going to work a 2-out walk. Coming up to bat is Jazz Chisholm. Jazz, let's see if we could do a little bit of situational hitting today. Not go for the fence. And Henderson sets. First pitch is on the way, and that is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Henderson sets and he fires, and the pitch is a slider that stays off the plate. Count is evened at 1-1. Hey, Sean, welcome to the stream. I think he would top out at 95. 85 to 95 is where I predict. And there's a pickoff attempt at first. Bellinger is back in, standing up. Let's see if we can give Carlos a little bit more to work with than one run. Anderson sets and fires. Bellinger takes off, and he is going to be in there safe. Pitch was called. Strike two. Count is 1-2. Yankees have a runner at second. And Henderson sets and fires. And this pitch is guy down the left field. And that is going to be in the stands. Count remains 1-2. And Henderson sets. Checks on the runner at second. And the pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate. Count is evened at deuces. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and the fastball is up high. Jazz is able to hold the check on a swing, so the count is now 3-2 on Jazz. Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is bounce foul down the first base line. And it eats up the ball boy down the line. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and Jazz swings through and misses. And that's going to do it for the Yankees in the top of the first, but not before the captain adds a solo shot home run to start the inning out. That is Judge's 91st career first inning home run. Coming up to bat for the Brewers is going to be Jackson Cheerio, Bryce Terang, and William Contreras. And on the bump is going to be Carlos Rodon making his 2026 debut. For those of you that are here, if you have not, please drop your vote in our active poll. There are 9 votes currently, so thank you for everybody who has participated in the poll. And in our active scoreboard today, the Nationals and Marlins in the top of the 7th. Phillies lead the Rockies 5-0 in the top of the 3rd. Athletics lead the Orioles 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. The Rays lead the Red Sox 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Blue Jays lead the Angels 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Twins lead the Guardians 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Astros and Reds are locked up at zeros in the bottom of the 3rd. Mariners have a 1-0 lead on the White Sox in the top of the 1st. Yankees have a 1-0 lead on the Brewers in the bottom of the 1st. And let's see what Carlos does in his first appearance here. And the first pitch is on the way, and Rodon's Sinker is off the plate, 94 miles an hour. Count is 1-0 on Curio. Next pitch is on the way, and it is going to paint the outside corner. Called strike one. Count is 1-1. Next pitch is on the way, and the slider is down low. Count is 2-1. Curio's hitting .444 on the season, no home runs, 3 RBIs, and a 1085 OPS. Next pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is going to even at deuces. Rodon has topped out at 97 miles an hour on his fastball, so looking good there. Rodon sets and fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 3-2. All right, Carlos, time to get nasty, brother. Rodon sets and fires, and that pitch is way up high, and that is going to be ball 4 to Churio. So the Brewers are going to have the leadoff runner on base. Bryce Kerrang is coming up to bat. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and Terang shows bunt. Rodon feels it and fires to first. And he is going to get the first out of the inning. Curio is going to advance to second. Coming up to bat is Contreras. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and the slider catches the bottom of the strike zone for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Contreras is hitting .291 on the season, 3 homers, 26 RBIs, and a .761 OPS. Rodon sets and fires, and the pitch is a slider down low. Count evens up at 1-up. Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and the slider is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. Rodon sets and fires, and the changeup is down low. Count is evened at deuces. All right, Carlos, let's go. Contreras is calling timeout. Ed Rodon steps off and chases the runner back to second. And of course, the fans here in Milwaukee are booing. Pitch is on the way, and Contreras swings and misses. That is the first strikeout for Rodon of the 2026 season. And go grab some bench, William. You are out of here via the K, brother. Coming up to bat is former Yankee catcher Gary Sanchez. Rodon sets and fires, and the slider is in there for call. Strike one. Sanchez is hitting .211 on the season, 5 home runs, 14 RBIs, and an .822 OPS. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and the changeup is down low. Count is 1-1. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is called ball 2. And they are going to challenge that one by Escara. I think he's got a good challenge. And the call is overturned. That is a strike. So the count is now 1-2. Yankees retain both of their challenges. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is foul tipped into the glove of Escara. That is going to do it for the Brewers in the bottom of the first. Coming up in the top of the second is going to be Ryan McMahon, Jose Caballero, and Spencer Jones. Will the young rookie make his first hit of his major league career? I sure hope so, but we're going to find out real quick. For those of you that are here, if you haven't, please drop your vote in our active poll. We are at 11 votes. And we have 10 likes. Our goal is 30, so please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you are not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to one and the same. We are at 709 subscribers here at Yankees The Ugly Truth, looking for our next milestone of 710. So we're just one away. Anything that you can do to help us meet our goal would be most appreciated. And for those of you that wonder, why should you subscribe? Well, if you like active play-by-play, as we call Yankee play-by-plays almost every day, I drop a lot of shorts with different perspectives than you'll see for most content creators. And I have open panels where everyone in the chat is invited up to talk a little bit of baseball. Hey, Jake. Get my take on the Yankees game yesterday. Well, over the last 2 days, I've been highly agitated with the number of strikeouts that the team has had. Tim Hill, his misplay. I mean, the only reason that I could think that he would possibly throw to third base was that he didn't know how many outs it was. He thought there weren't any outs because he should have taken the play at first. It would have been 2 outs and very reasonable for him to work his way out of that jam. And Ryan McMahon is coming up to bat. And Henderson sets, fires, and the 4-seamer is way down low. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is all the way, and the changeup is going to catch the top of the strike zone. Count is even at 1-1. Henderson sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2 on Ryan. Henderson sets and fires, and that pitch is fouled off. Sanchez is not able to hold on to it, so the count is going to remain 1-2. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is foul down the left field line. Count remains 1-2 as we head to the sixth pitch of the at bat. Henderson sets and fires, and McMahon fouls this pitch off. Count remains 1-2 as we head to the seventh pitch of the at bat. Henderson's pitch count is at 29 right now. So it is working its way up, and he does not have an out yet. Henderson sets and fires, and McMahon fouls this one straight back. Count remains 1-2 as we head to the eighth pitch of the at bat. A good job on McMahon, raising Henderson's pitch count up. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and McMahon hammers this one foul down the left right field line. And that is hooking foul. That is in the second deck. My goodness. I think that McMahon has seen everything that Henderson has in the tank. Eddie sets and fires, and that pitch is inside. Count is even at deuces. Henderson sets and fires, and this ball is popped down the left field, and Rengifo is making a running over the shoulder catch to take a base hit away from McMahon. So Henderson wins that battle. 10 pitch at bat for McMahon. Coming up to bat is Jose Caballero. Fine play by Rengifo. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and the cutter is off the plate. Count is 1-0 on Cabby. Pitch is on the way, and it is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike one. Count is 1-1. Henderson sets and fires, and this one is hammered to center field, and that is going to be over Mitchell's head. It's going to bounce off the wall, and Caballero is going to be at second with a stand-up double. Coming up to bat is Spencer Jones. Hopefully the young lad gets his first major league hit. Currently, Jones is 0 for 5 on the season. And the first pitch is on the way. And this is a line drive up the middle. And that is to center field. Javiero is rounding third. And they are going to hold. That is an RBI single for Spencer Jones. So his first major league hit and his first RBI. Congratulations, Spencer. Coming up to bat is JC Escara. Yankees have a runner at first with one out. We're in the top of the second with a 2-0 lead. Henderson sets and fires, and that changeup paints the outside corner for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And Henderson sets, pitch is on the way. And this is sky to shallow left field. And Ortiz is going to go a long way to make that play. So that is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Trent Grisham, 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in his first at bat. And there is a pickoff attempt at first. Jones is back in head first safe. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is grounded. It hits Jones. That is going to be a base hit for Grisham, but it is an out. And that is going to do it for the Yankees, but not before they add another run to take a 2-0 lead. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the second is going to be Vaughn, Rengifo, and Mitchell. For those of you that are here, if you haven't, please drop your vote in our active poll. We have 12 votes at this point. If you have not, please hit the like button, share the channel out. Our goal for every live stream is at 30 likes per stream, and we are at 13. If you are not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to one and the same. Hardcore Sports streams our live play-by-plays, all games. And here at Yankees The Ugly Truth, we call almost every game, every play-by-play for the Yankees. I drop shorts and have open panels. We are at 709 subscribers, looking for our next milestone of 710. Anything you can do to help us out would be most appreciated. And Vaughn steps up to the plate. First pitch is a slider down low. Count is 1-0. And Rodriguez sets and fires, and this pitch is hammered foul down the left field line deep. Count is even at 1-1. Next pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2 on Vaughn. Rodon sets and fires, and that changeup is down low. Count is evened at deuces. Vaughn is hitting .267 on the season, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, and a .922 OPS. Rodon sets and fires, and that pitch is just up high. Count is now full on Vaughn. And that four-seamer came in at 97 miles an hour. Rodon sets and fires, and that fastball is fouled off. Count remains 3-2. So, for those of you just joining the stream, the Yankees have a 2-0 lead on the Brewers. We're in the bottom of the second. Vaughn is up to bat. He has a full count against him. Aaron Judge led the game off with a home run. Rodon sets and fires, and that pitch is up high. That is ball 4. So Vaughn is going to take his base. That is Rodon's second walk of the game. And Spencer Jones got his first professional hit and RBI. Luis Rengifo is coming up to bat, 179, no home runs, 11 RBIs, and a .515 OPS. And Rodon sets, fires, and the pitch is way up high. Count is 1-0 on Rengifo. And the pitch is on the way, and it is foul down the right field line. All right, what do you get?
Let's go Yankees.
That's right, Wyatt. Say, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
And then say, hi, great Aunt Nancy.
Hi, Auntie.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
All right, you going to go play?
Yes.
All right, give me a kiss.
Building the second one. I told him his adoring fans had
All right.
to say hello.
And the pitch is on the way, and that is a foul straight back. Count is 1-2 on Rengifo. Yep, that was Wyatt.
He's going to build more Legos.
And the next pitch is on the way, and it is pop foul behind the plate. That's going to make the stands. So the count is going to remain 1-2. Yeah, I think he's a celebrity anyhow. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3. So that is Rodon's third strikeout of the game. Well, he has this T-shirt that says, Papa says I'm a Yankee fan, and he gets upset when he can't wear it. Coming up to bat is Mitchell. First pitch is on the way, and it is up high for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Mitchell is hitting .216 with 1 home run, 21 RBIs, and a .678 OPS. And the pitch is on the way, and that is a foul straight back. Count is 1-1. Next pitch is on the way, and that is swung on and missed Count is 1-2. Rodon sets and fires, and the slider just drifts off the plate. Count is evened at deuces. Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Grab some bench gear because you are retired via the K. That is Rodon's 4th strikeout of the game. Coming up to bat is Perkins. First pitch is on the way, and it is fouled into the catcher or the umpire's basket. Count is 0-1. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is bounced to Jazz. Jazz fields it cleanly and fires to Rice for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is going to do it for the Brewers in the bottom of the 2nd. Coming up in the top of the 3rd is going to be Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. And from our active scoreboard today, the Marlins lead the Nationals 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies lead the Rockies 5-0 in the top of the 5th. Rays lead the Red Sox 3-0 in the top of 5. Angels have a 4-1 lead on the Blue Jays in the bottom of 5. Reds lead the Astros 3-0 in the bottom of 4. Mariners lead the White Sox 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. As you know, heading to the top of the 3rd, Yankees lead the Brewers 2-0. Cubs and Rangers are at zeros in the bottom of the 1st, and that is your active scoreboard for the day. For those of you that are here, if you could please hit the like button, share the channel out. We are at 17 likes for the stream. Our goal is 30 for every live play-by-play, so we're 13 short. If you are not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. We are at 709 subscribers on Yankees The Ugly Truth, looking at our milestone of 710. If you're wondering why you should subscribe, we call play-by-plays every day. So if you like Yankee play-by-plays, we may be the place to be. Plus, I drop a boatload of shorts, different approaches and aspects of baseball, Yankees, and some things with regard to the team that I feel need to be addressed. And it looks like we're back to the game. Henderson sets. First pitch to Rice is hammered foul. Count is 0-1. And the pitch is on the way. And it is a fastball in there for call. Strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Rice. And Henderson sets. And the changeup is way off the plate. Count is 1-2. Rice is 0 for 1 on the day with a line out to right field. Henderson sets and fires, and Rice skies. This one foul down the left field side. And the count is going to remain 1-2. Well, Wyatt could be a Yankee for Halloween. He has been a fireman. He's been a police, but he's been a dinosaur. Pitch is on the way, and Rice taps this one foul down the third base line. Count remains 1-2 as we head to the sixth pitch of the at-bat. Henderson is at 45 pitches on the game. Pitch is on the way, and Rice fouls this one down the left field line. Count remains 1-2. Henderson sets, and this ball is driven to center field. Mitchell is tracking it and is going to make the play just short of the warning track for the first out. All rise. The judge is in the chambers. Judge is 1 for 1 on the day. He hit a solo shot home run on the first pitch that he saw. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is a changeup inside. Count is 1-0. Now they're going to pitch to him. Henderson sets and fires, and the slider is fouled off. Count is 1-1. Henderson sets and fires, and the changeup catches the bottom of the strike zone. Count is 1-2 on the judge. And Henderson sets, fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is even at deuces. Hey, JJW, appreciate you hopping into the stream. Pitch is on the way, and Judge cannot hold up his swing and strikes out. So that is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Cody Bellinger. He does not have an official at-bat. He walked in his first plate appearance. And Henderson sets and fires, and that pitch is a four-seamer down low. Count is 1-0. Henderson sets, pitch is on the way, and this is skied in the infield. And Ortiz is calling everyone off and going to make the play for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it for the Yankees. They go down in order. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the third is Ortiz, Churio, and Terang. 9, 1, and 2. For those of you that are here, if you could please hit the like button and share the channel out. We are at 18 likes, 12 short of our goal of 30, so make it so. If you haven't, drop your vote in our active poll. We have 16 votes there. So how are we feeling about Rodon's first appearance of 2026 thus far? Going to pitch his third inning. He has 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. His last outing at Scranton, he got shelled. Gave up 5 earned runs, 1 unearned run. And just did not look impressive. But his pitch count was up there. His fastball velo was up there. So how do you think he is doing here? Yeah, his pitch count is okay. Well, did you vote that, Sean? Ortiz steps up to the plate. Rodon sets and fires, and the fastball is just up high. Count is 1-0. That fastball was at 96 miles an hour. Rodon sets and fires and paints the bottom of the strike zone for call. Strike 1. Count is 1-1 on Ortiz. Pitch is on the way, and this is grounded sharply to McMahon. McMahon fields it cleanly and fires across the diamond to Rice to record the first out. Hey, Douglas. He does look like a taller version of John Legend, Blake, or Douglas. Coming up to bat is Jackson Churio. He does not have an official at bat. He walked in his first plate appearance. And Rodon sets and fires the slider, catches the outside corner for call. Strike 1. Count is 0-1. Rodon sets and fires, and the changeup is down low. Count is 1-1. Pitch is on the way, and this is bounce to Caballero. Caballero fields and fires to Rice for the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Bryce Terang. He had a sacrifice bunt in his first appearance, so he does not have an official plate appearance. Rodon sets and fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is 1-0. Rodon sets and fires, and the slider is down low. Count is 2-0. Rodon sets and fires, and the pitch is chop foul. Count is now 2-1 on Terang. Rodon sets and fires, and that ball is grounded to Jazz. Jazz fields it cleanly and fires to Rice. And Milwaukee is going to be retired in order. So we're going to head to the top of the fourth. Coming up for the Yankees is going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr., Ryan McMahon, and Jose Caballero. From our active scoreboard today, the Marlins lead the Nationals 5-2. Phillies lead the Rockies 5-0 in the top of 6. Athletics and Orioles are locked up at 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Rays continue to lead the Red Sox 3-0, top of 6. Angels lead the Blue Jays 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Twins lead the Guardians 4-1 in the top of the 5th. Reds have a 5-3 lead or 3-0 lead on the Astros in the bottom of the 5th. Mariners have a 1-0 lead on the White Sox in the bottom of the 3rd. As you know, in the top of the 4th, the Yankees have a 2-0 lead on the Brewers. Cubs and Rangers are locked up at 0s in the bottom of the 2nd. And that is your active scoreboard at the time. For those of you that are here, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. We are at 20 likes, 10 short of our goal of 30. And if you have not, please drop your vote in our active poll. We have 18 votes, so thank you for everybody who has voted. And I want to wish everyone out there a happy Mother's Day, and thank everyone for popping up in our live play-by-play. Yep, you're right. You're right, Kaz. Last night we had 2.1K views for our stream. Jazz Chisholm is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in his first plate appearance. And Henderson sets. First pitch is on the way, and that is foul down the third base line. Count is 0-1. Henderson is at 55 pitches on the game. Pitch is on the way, and that is a elevator shaft home run. Rang tracks it and is going to make the play in foul territory. That is 1 out. Coming up to bat is Ryan McMahon, 0 for 1 on the day with a pop out in his first plate appearance. He had a 10-pitch at bat against Henderson. And the pitch is on the way, and this is fouled off. Count is 0-1. And Tarag sets. Pitch is out of the way. This is a line drive to right field, but right at Perkins. And he is going to make the play for the second out of the inning. He definitely hit that one on a button, just right at somebody. Jose Caballero is coming up to bat. 1 for 1 on the day with a double. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and Cabby swings and misses. Count is 0-1. I will tell you, Caballero does not get cheated on his swings. That's for damn sure. And the pitch is on the way, and Caballero fouls this one straight back. Count is 0-2 on Cabby. And Henderson sets, fires, and Cabby bounces this one foul down the third base line. Count remains 0-2. Henderson is at 61 pitches on the game. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and Cabby fouls this one straight back. Count remains 0-2 as we head to the fifth pitch of the at-bat. And the pitch is on the way, and Cabby bounces this to the third baseman. Fred Hefo feels it and fires it to Vaughn for a 1-2-3 inning on the Yankees. And Henderson has now retired 6 Yankees in a row. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the fourth is going to be William Contreras, Gary Sanchez, and Andrew Vaughn. So how are we feeling about the game? We are at 21 likes. Like and share the channel. And if you haven't, please drop your vote in our active poll. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. We are at 709 subscribers. 710 is our next milestone, so we're just one away. And if you're wondering why you should subscribe to Yankees The Ugly Truth, if you like listening to live play-by-plays of the New York Yankees, I call the games almost every day. I drop a boatload of shorts. Hop over to the channel and check them out. Let me know what you think. Hey, Dev, welcome to the stream. And the first pitch to Contreras is way up high. Count is 1-0. For those of you just hopping into the stream, the Yankees are up 2-0. Pitch is on the way, and the fastball is off the plate. Count is 2-0. Contreras is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in his first plate appearance. Rodon sets, fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 3-0. Rodon sets, fires, and the pitch is up and out of the strike zone. That is a 4-pitch walk to Contreras. That is Rodon's 3rd walk of the game. Coming up to bat is Gary Sanchez, 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in his first plate appearance. First pitch is on the way, and the 4-seamer is up high. Count is 1-0. Rodon sets and fires, and the slider breaks in off the plate. Count is ball 2. So that is 6 straight balls. Rodon sets and fires, and the changeup is called strike 1, but Sanchez is going to challenge this one. And the call is going to be overturned. Count is 3-0 on Sanchez. So that is 7 straight balls by Rodon. Rodon sets and fires, and that fastball is up high. Ball 4, so that is the second straight walk. Coming up to bat is Vaughn. He does not have official plate appearance. He walked in his first plate appearance. So that is Rodon's 4th walk of the game. And they have Blake out on the mound. So we're in the bottom of the 4th. Brewers have runners at first and second with nobody out. Rodon is at 54 pitches. And Rodon checks on the runner at second. Pitch is on the way, and the slider catches the inside corner for call, strike 1. So he breaks that 8-ball in a row streak. Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is going to plunk the hitter. So the bases are now juiced full of Brewers with nobody out. Coming up to bat is Renhefo. 0 for 1 on the day with the strikeout. And the first pitch is in there for call, strike 1. Yankees are playing back for the double play. Rodon sets, pitch is on the way. This is bounce to McMahon. McMahon fires home, and they are going to get the first out of the inning. And the first pitch is on the way, and it's going to paint the top of the strike zone for call, strike 1. Count is 0-1 on Mitchell. Rodon sets and fires, and that ball is foul straight back. Count is 0-2 on Mitchell. Mitchell is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in his first plate appearance. Rodon sets and he fires, and that pitch is way up high. Good job by getting the ball by Ascara. Count is 1-2. Rodon sets and fires, and this pitch is driven to right field. And Grisham is going to make the play. He fires home. And tagging is Sanchez, and they are going to score the first run of the day. That is a sac fly for Mitchell. Score is 2-1 Yankees. Hey, Nathan, welcome to the stream. Coming up to bat is Blake Perkins, 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out in his first plate appearance. And the pitch is on the way. And the fastball paints the inside corner for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1 on Perkins. Rodon sets and fires, and that ball bounces away from Mascara. The runners are going to advance to second and third. Going to be classed as a wild pitch on Rodon. And Rodon sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is lined up the middle. One run is going to score. 2 runs score. And Perkins is going to move to the second, and that is a 2-run single. So the Brewers now lead 3-2. Well. Rodon sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-1 on Ortiz. Next pitch is on the way, and it is swung and missed. Count is 0-2 on Ortiz. Ortiz is 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out. Rodon sets and fires, and the pitch is up high. Count is 1-2. Rodon sets, fires, and the pitch is sky to right field. Jones is tracking it and is going to make the play for the third out of the inning, but not before the Brewers put a 3 spot in the fourth. They take the lead 3-2. And I am going to step away from the screen. I'll be right back. And I am back. Sorry about that. Spencer Jones is up and he swings on the pitch, and that is strike 3. And Henderson sets. First pitch is on the way, and Ascara swings and misses. Count is 0-1.
Came over. He wants to earn some money so he can take his mom out to a movie for Mother's Day.
Next pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is 1-2. And Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is up high and off the plate. Count is evened at deuces. Looks like they've got activity in the pen. DL Hall warming up. Sanchez is coming out to talk to Henderson. Henderson is at 71 pitches. Henderson sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is foul down the left field line. Count remains 2-2. Pitch is on the way. It's Ascara swigs and misses for strike 3. That's going to be the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Trent Grisham. 1 for 2. Pitch is on the way, and Grisham skies this one to center field. And Mitchell is there, and he's going to make the play for the third out. So that is the 9th consecutive Yankee retired. So I want to thank everybody Mother's Day Sunday to listen to a little bit of baseball. Your support is most appreciated. In today's active scoreboard, the Marlins beat the Nationals 5-2. Phillies have a 6-0 lead on the Rockies in the top of the 7th. Orioles have a 2-1 lead on the Athletics in the bottom of the 6th. Rays lead the Angels have a 5-1 lead on the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 8th. Twins have a 5-2 lead on the Guardians in the bottom of the 6th. Reds have a 4-0 lead. 6. The Marlins have a 1-0 lead on the White Sox in the bottom of the 5th. As you know, heading to the bottom of the 5th, Brewers have a 3-2 lead on the Yankees. The Rangers and Cubs are locked up at zeros in the bottom of the 4th. And that is your active scoreboard for today. And for those of you that are here, if you haven't put a vote in our active poll, we have 21 votes. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. We are at 24 likes, 6 away from our goal of 30. And if you're not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. First pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1 to Churio. Next pitch is on the way, and that is a 4-seamer off the plate. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is bounced in the hole. Caballero sets and fires, and he is going to get Churio by a half a step. Nice play by Cabby. Coming up to bat is Bryce Terang. 0 for 1 on the day. And Rodon sets, and the pitch is on the way. The slider is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Rodon sets and fires, and that ball is bounced off the mound, and it is going to make it into center field. So the Brewers have a runner at first with 1 out. Coming up to bat is William Contreras. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout and a base on balls. And Rodon sets, pitch is on the way, and the sinker is down low. Count is 1-0. And Rodon sets. There's a pickoff attempt at first. A little off the mark. Rodon sets and fires, and that fastball is up high. Count is 2-0 on Contreras. Rodon sets and fires, and the sinker is up high. Count is 3-0. Come on, for the love of God. Put the ball in the damn strike zone. And Rodon sets and fires, and that fastball is up and away, and that is going to be another 4-pitch walk. That is 5 walks and a hit by pitch by Rodon today. And that's going to do it for Rodon. And that is going to do it for our active poll. Carlos Rodon 2026 debut is today. How many innings will he pitch? 14% said 6+. 24% said 1 to 3. 29% said 5. 4% said 4. Or 33% said 4. So Rodon is going to make it through 4. To the 33% that got it right, congratulations. I still have not seen and we just started another poll question. And it is Jake Bird coming in to replace Rodon. First pitch is up and into Sanchez. Next pitch is on the way, and that is inside. Count is 2-0 on Sanchez. Bird sets and fires and paints the top of the strike zone with a sinker. Count is 2-1 on Sanchez. Sanchez calls timeout. Ed Bird sets, fires at the sweeper, catches the outside corner. Count is 2-2. Ed Sanchez is challenged in this one. Think he's going to lose this one. And the pitch is confirmed. Milwaukee loses their first challenge. And Bird sets. Pitch is on the way, and the pitch is off the plate. And it looks like Ascar is the challenge in this one. And the call is going to be overturned, and Sanchez is retired via the strike. So that is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Vaughn. Does not have an official at bat. Walked in his first plate appearance. Was hit by a pitch in his second. And Bird sets and fires, and that pitch is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike one. Nice 95-mile-an-hour sinker. Bird sets and he fires, and that pitch is just inside. Count is evened at 1-1. Bird sets and fires, and that slider is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike two. Count is 1-2 odd VOD. And Bird sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. So he is going to end up stranding two. Milwaukee, heading to the top of the sixth, has a 3-2 lead on the Yankees. Coming up for the Bombers is going to be Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. 2, 3, 4. Time to score. For those of you that are here, we have a new active poll. Can the Yankees come back and win? We have 4 votes in that poll at this point. So please take a moment to drop your vote in the active poll. Let your voice be heard, your vote be counted. We are at 24 likes in this stream, so if you could, please hit the like button and share the channel out. If you are not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. The QR code on your upper left is for Hardcore Sports. On the right is Yankees The Ugly Truth. We are at 709 subscriptions for Yankees The Ugly Truth, one short of our next milestone of 710. So anything you can do to help us out meet our goal would be most appreciated. And if you ask yourself, why should you subscribe? Well, if you like live play-by-plays of the New York Yankees, we call those almost every night. I put out a lot of shorts, giving you different things to think about, and not on the mainstream generally. And it looks like DL Hall is coming in to replace Logan Henderson. Hall is a left-handed pitcher. And the first pitch is on the way, and Rice fouls the sinker off. Count is 0-1. Rice is 0 for 2 on the day with a line out and a fly out. Next pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is evened at 1-1. Next pitch is on the way, and that is in there for call, strike one or strike two. Count is 1-2 on Ben Rice. Pitch is out of the way, and Rice fouls the sweeper off. Count remains 1-2. Pitch is on the way, and this is grounded sharply to second. Terang fills it and fires to Vaughn at first, and that is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is the captain. All rise, the judges in the chambers. 1 for 2 on the day with a home run in his first at bat and a strikeout. And Hall sets and fires, and that pitch is going to be, I don't know, it looked good to me, but it's called ball 1. And Hall sets, pitch is on the way, and that is a changeup off the plate. Count is 2-0 on the captain. Hall sets and fires, and the curveball is swung over the top of. Count is 2-1 on the captain. Hall sets, fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is now 3-1. Hall sets and fires, and the changeup is off the plate for ball 4. The Judge heads to first base, and Cody Bellinger is coming up to bat. And the first pitch is a sinker right down the middle. And Judge goes, and he is thrown out at second. And that's what you needed to do with being done on a run. And the count is 0-1 on Bellinger. And Hall sets. Pitch is on the way, and the sweeper is way up high and off the plate. Count is 1-1. Hall sets and fires, and that slider is down low. Count is 2-1. Hall sets and fires, and Belly fouls this one straight back. Count is 2-2. Hall sets and fires, and that pitch is off the plate. Count is now full, 3-2. And it looks like Sanchez is coming out to the mound. And Hall sets and fires, and the sinker is down low for ball 4. So Bellinger strips his gear off and heads to first base. Yankees have a runner at first with 2 outs. Jazz Chisholm Jr. coming up to bat. First pitch is on the way, and Jazz waves at his slider off the plate. Count is 0-1. Jazz is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a flyout. Paul sets, pitch is on the way, and that slider or sweeper breaks off the plate. Count is evened at 1-1. Paul sets and fires, and that one is driven to right field. That one is going to be deep. It's going to be off the wall. Bellinger rounding third, and he is coming home, and he is going to score. That is an RBI double for Jazz Chisholm, and the game is now tied at 3. Bellinger got a great jump on that one. Coming up to bat is Ryan McMahon. And the pitching coach is on the mound talking to Hall. McMahon is 0 for 2 on the day with a pop out and a line out. Ed Hall sets and fires. This ball is grounded. Brett Hefo grabs it and fires across the diamond to retire McMahon. That's going to do it for the Yankees, but not before the Yankees are able to tie the game up at 3s. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the 6th is going to be Rengifo, Mitchell, and Perkins. And it looked like Paul Blackburn was warming up in the bullpen, so we should see him coming out. So how are we feeling? For those of you that are here, if you haven't, please drop your vote in our active poll. We only have 5 votes thus far, so let's do it. And we are at 26 likes, so if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. We are 4 short of our goal of 30 for live stream. And in our active scoreboard today, Marlins beat the Nationals 5-2. Phillies are in the top of the 6th, leading the Rockies 6-0, or top of the 9th, excuse me. Orioles lead the Athletics 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. The Rays lead the Red Sox 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Angels have a 6-1 lead on the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 9th. Twins have a 5-3 lead on the Guardians in the top of the 7th. Reds have a 5-0 lead on the Astros in the top of the 8th. Mariners have a 1-0 lead on the White Sox in the top of the 7th. In the bottom of the 6th, the Yankees and Brewers are tied up at 3 apiece. And the Rangers have a 1-0 lead on the Cubs in the top of the 6th. And that's our active scoreboard for the day. And Paul Blackburn is going to come in to replace Jake Bird. First pitch is on the way, and it is foul down the left field line. Count is 0-1 on Rengifo. Rengifo is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And the next pitch is on the way, and that is fouled off. Count is 0-2 on Rengifo. And Blackburn sets, and the pitch is high and outside. Count is 1-2. Blackburn sets and fires, and the curveball is just off the plate. Count is even at deuces. Blackbird sets and fires, and this ball is bounced to McBad. McBad sets and fires, and the throw gets by Rice. So Rengifo is going to reach. They do not have an official scorer's ruling yet. It's hometown scoring, so they're gonna have that as a single. Coming up to bat is Mitchell. And the pitch is on the way, and Mitchell fouls the pitch off. Count is 0-1. And Blackburn sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is up high and outside. Count is 1-1. Looks like Fernando Cruz is warming up in the bullpen. Hey, Don, welcome. Next pitch is on the way, and that is guide down the left field line. And that's going to make the seats. It's out of play. Count is 1-2 on Mitchell. And Blackburn sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike 3. Mitchell is down looking, and that is the first out of the inning. Hey, Thomas. Welcome. Well, tell your mother Happy Mother's Day, Thomas. Sal Frelick is coming in to pinch hit for Blake Perkins. Blackbird sets, fires, and the first pitch is up high. Count is 1-0. Frelick is hitting .216 on the season, 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, and a .616 OPS. And Blackburn sets. And there's a pickoff attempt at first. Runner is back in head first, safe. And the pitch is on the way, and he goes, and he is going to steal second base. Now from replay, he's in there. Blackburn checks on the runner at second and fires. The pitch is outside. Count is no 3-0 on Frelick. Blackburn sets, fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Going to be ball 4. So Brewers are going to have runners at first and second with 1 out. Joey Ortiz is coming up to bat, and it looks like Matt Blake is coming out for the mound visit. And the mound visit is broken up. Ortiz is stepping into the box. And there's a pickoff attempt at second. The ball is thrown into the outfield, but the runner is not going to be able to advance. And Blackburn sets. Checks on the runner at second. Pitch is on the way. And that is in there for call ball 1. Ascar is challenging this one. And this one is overturned. The count is going to be 0-1 Ortiz, and New York still retains both of its challenges, ABS challenges. Blackburn sets, pitch is on the way, and it paints the inside of the strike zone for call, strike 2. Count is 0-2. Blackburn sets. The 0-2 is outside. Count is 1-2. And Blackburn sets. Next pitch is on the way, and this is just tapped foul. Counts remains 1-2. Blackburn sets, checks on the runner at second. Pitch is on the way, and this is bounced to McMahon. McMahon's going to step on the bag and fires across the diamond, but Rice is not going to be able to come up with it. So that is going to be the second out of the inning. And it looks like Boone is coming up to put the hook in on Blackburn. So Churio's coming up to bat, 0 for 2 on the day with a base on balls. And it looks like Fernando Cruz will be coming in to take Churio. For those of you that are here, if you haven't put your vote in our active poll, let your voice be heard and your vote be counted. We have 9 votes in the poll. We are at 29 likes, one short of our goal of 30 for the stream. So if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to one and the same. Hardcore Sports simulcasts are live play-by-plays. And if you like play-by-plays, I call them almost every day. Drop a lot of shorts, and I have open panels so that fans can come into the stream, come up on the screen, and talk a little bit of baseball. Yeah, Kaz, you're not the only one that hopes we get it together. Hey, Anthony, welcome to the stream. And for those of you that are just hopping in, we are in the bottom of the 6th. The score is 3-3. The Brewers are up to bat. They have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Jackson Churio is coming up to bat, and Fernando Cruz is coming in. And Cruz sets and fires, and the splitter is in the dirt. Count is 1-0. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and the fastball is down low. Count is 2-0 on Churio. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and the fastball is down low. Count is 3-0. And this is exactly what we did not need. Cruz sets and fires, and that pitch paints the bottom of the strike zone for call. Strike 1. Count is 3-1 on Churio. Cruz sets and fires, and that pitch is skied to right field. The captain, or Jones is there, and he is going to make the play for the third out of the inning. The Cruz works out of the jam. So as we head to the top of the seventh inning, Jose Caballero, Spencer Jones, and J.C. Escaro will be coming up to bat. For those of you that are just hopping in, we are headed to the top of seventh. The score is tied 3-3. Caballero, Jones, and Escaro are coming up to bat. If you haven't, drop your vote in our active poll. We currently have 11 votes, so thank you for everybody who has dropped your vote in the poll. Most appreciated. And we have reached our goal, 30 likes. Thank you very much. However, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you are not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. We are at 709 subscriptions, one short of our next milestone of 710. Anything you can do to help us meet our goal would be most appreciated. Welcome to the stream, Jonathan. Appreciate you being here. So Rodon, in his 2026 debut, came out and looked pretty good for 3 innings. The fourth inning just collapsed on him. And came out in the fifth and was not much better. And it looks like Trevor McGill is coming in to replace DL Hall. And McGill sets, and the first pitch is in there for call, strike one. McGill painted a 96-mile-an-hour fastball on the bottom of the plate. Count is 0-1 on Cabby. McGill sets and fires, and that is a bunt that is popped in the air, and McGill is going to catch the soft pop out. So that is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Spencer Jones, 1 for 2 on the day, getting his first major league hit. And the first pitch is grounded to the shortstop. He fires across the diamond. Vaughn digs it out of the dirt. And that is going to be the second out of the inning. And you guys know how much I hate one pitch outs. Coming up to bat is J.C. Escaro, 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. And Miguel sets and fires, and that pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. And Miguel sets. Fastball is up and off the strike zone. Count is 2-0 on Ascara. Ascara has a flyout and a strikeout under his belt. Abigail sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 3-0. And Miguel sets. Pitch is on the way, and he paints the bottom of the strike zone with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is 3-1. Miguel sets, and the pitch is off the plate, and that is going to be ball 4 on Ascara. So that is a 2-out walk, and coming up to bat is Brent Grisham. And McGill sets and fires, and the curveball is in there for call. Strike 1. Count is 0-1 on Trent. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. McGill sets and fires, and that pitch is down low. Count is 1-1. And McGill sets and fires, and that pitch is a curveball in the dirt. Count is 2-1 on Grishbaum. All right, Captain Clutch, let's see what you can do. Next pitch is on the way, and the curveball catches the outside of the strike zone for call. Strike 2. Count is evened at 2-2. Miguel sets, and the pitch is on the way, and Grisham cannot hold up on the check swing, and that is strike 3. No runs, no hits, and no errors. There's a runner left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Bryce Terang, William Contreras, and Gary Sanchez will be coming up to bat. And they're singing God Bless America during this 7th inning stretch. For those of you that are here, if you have not, please drop your vote in our active poll. Can the Yankees come back and win this game? And if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. If you are not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. If you like play-by-plays of the Yankee games, we call them almost every day, and I drop a lot of shorts.
Let's go, Yankees.
Let's go, Yankees. Time to win.
Time to win.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. And Wyatt has deemed it so. It's let's go Yankees, and it is time to win. And we're taking the Master Chief hat off, and we're switching over to the Yankee rally cap. So time to get it on. And like I said, if you have not subscribed, please consider doing so. We are at 709 subscriptions, one short of our next milestone of 710. Anything you can do to help us meet our goal would be most appreciated. And in our game today, or on our active scoreboard, Marlins beat the Nationals 5-2. Phillies beat the Rockies 6-0. Orioles beat the Athletics 2-1. The Rays beat the Red Sox 4-1. Angels beat the Blue Jays 6-1. Twins lead the Guardians 5-4 in the top of the ninth. Reds beat the Astros 5-0. Mariners and White Sox are locked up at 1 in the bottom of the eighth. In the bottom of the seventh, the Yankees and Brewers were locked up at 3s. Rangers have a 1-0 lead on the Cubs in the bottom of the seventh. Pirates have a 1-0 lead on the Giants in the top of the first, and the Braves and the Dodgers are at 0s. Fernando Cruz is still on the bump. The first pitch is on the way, and that is inside. JC Escaro is challenging the call. I think we're going to lose this one. And the call is confirmed. The New York has one challenge remaining. And Cruz sets and fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is now 2-0 on Terang. Next pitch is on the way, and it paints the inside corner for call. Strike one. Count is 2-1 on Terang. And it looks like Tim Hill is on the bump, warming up in the pen. And the next pitch is on the way, and the slider is in there for call. Strike two. Count is evened at deuces. Ed Cruz sets, and the pitch is hit down the right field line, and that is going to drift foul. Just foul. So the count remains even at deuces. And Terang is stepping out of the box. Umpire is shoving him back into the box. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and the splitter is swung on and missed for strike three. So that is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is William Contreras. 0 for 1 on the day with a pair of walks and a strikeout. And Cruz sets, and the pitch is punched into right field, and that's going to dunk in front of Jones for a base hit. Soft contact. These guys have a lot of soft contact hits. Coming up to bat is Gary Sanchez, 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and a base on balls. He has scored a run. And Cruz sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is right down the heart of Broadway for call. Strike one. Nice splitter. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and the splitter is fouled straight back. Count is 0-2 on Sanchez. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and this bounces in front of the plate. Good block by Ascara. Count is 1-2. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is swung on and missed. That was a beautiful splitter by Cruz. That is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Vaughn. 0 for 1 on the day. He was struck out, hit by a pitch, and walked. And Cruz sets and fires, and the slider is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. And Cruz sets, fires, and the splitter is check swung, and he did not hold up. So the count is 0-2 on Vaughn. Cruz sets and fires, and the splitter is fouled straight back. Count remains 0-2. Brewers have a runner at first with 2 outs. Cruz sets and fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. And the splitter was down in the dirt. That is going to do it for the Brewers in the bottom of the 7th. Coming up in the top of the 8th is going to be Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. 2, 3, and 4. Time to score. For those of you that are here, if you could, please drop your vote in our active poll. We have 16 votes. Let your vote be counted and your voice be heard. And if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you are not subscribed to the Hardcore Sports Network, they simulcast our streams every play-by-play that we put out there. Or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to one and the same. If you like listening to live play-by-plays, I call every game with the exception of some Wednesdays because of league bowling. If you like shorts, I drop a boatload of those too. So we are at 709 subs, one short of our next milestone of 710. Anything you can do to help us meet our goal would be most appreciated. Well. How do we feel about the chances of the Yankees pulling this win out? And it looks like Aaron Ashby is coming in to replace Trevor McGill. I'm surprised at this one. He threw a lot of pitches last night when he came out. And stepping up to the box is Aaron Ashby is on the bump. He's thrown the last of his warm-up pitches. Ed Ashby sets. First pitch is out of the way, and that is fouled off. Count is 0-1 on Rice. Rice is 0 for 3 on the day, but he's hit the ball hard twice. Ashby sets and fires, and that pitch is in the dirt, but Rice swings at it. Count is 0-2 on Rice. And Ashby sets. Pitch is on the way, and Rice swings at another pitch in the dirt. That is going to do it for Ben. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. All rise. The judge is in the chambers. 1 for 2 on the day with a home run in the first inning, strikeout, and a base on balls. Ashby sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is hammered foul down the third base line. Count is 0-1. And Ashby sets. Pitch is on the way, and the curveball is down low. Count is 1-1. And Ashby sets and fires, and that pitch is a sinker down low. Count is 2-1 on the captain. Ashby sets and fires, and that changeup is off the plate. Count is now 3-1 on the captain. McGill sets and fires, and the pitch is a curveball in there for call. Strike 2. Count is now full on the captain, 3-2. Abigail sets and fires, and that sinker catches the inside corner for call. Strike 3. The judge is down looking. Second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Cody Bellinger. Belly is 0 for 1 on the day with 2 base on balls, a stolen base, and a run scored. And McGill sets, fires, and the pitch is going to catch the bottom of the strike zone. Count is 0-1. Hey, Frisk, welcome to the stream. Next pitch is on the way, and the slider is down low. Count is 1-1. And Miguel sets, fires, and that pitch is going to paint the top of the strike zone for call. Strike 2. Count is 1-2. Miguel sets and fires, and the slider is down low. Count is evened at deuce. What color is that goose? And Miguel sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is line to right field. It is going to drop in for a hit. So the Yankees have a runner at first with 2 outs. Coming up to bat is Jazz Chisholm. Jazz is 1 for 3 on the day. He had a double in his last bat and an RBI. And the first pitch is a sinker that catches the top of the strike zone for call. Strike 1. Count is 0-1. McGill sets and fires, and the sinker paints the bottom of the strike zone for call. Strike 2. That was a 98-mile-an-hour sinker. Miguel sets and fires, and that pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-2. Pitch is on the way, and Chisholm tips this one into the glove of Sanchez. So Ashby strikes out 3 Yankees in the inning. Hey, Robert, welcome to the stream. For those of you that are here, if you haven't, please drop your vote in our active poll. We have 18 votes at this point. We are headed to the top of the ninth. This game is tied up at 3 apiece. Coming up to bat for the Brewers is Rengifo, Mitchell, and Frelick. Let's see. Our first run came in the first inning with a Aaron Judge home run. The next run came with a RBI single by Spencer Jones, and the last one came with an RBI double off from Jazz Chisholm. For those of you that are here, if you have not, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. If you like live play-by-plays, we call games almost every day. If you like shorts, I drop a boatload of them. And if you like open panels, I invite everyone to come up to talk to a little bit of baseball. So this may be the place that you want to see. We're at 709 subscriptions out of our next milestone is 710. So we are just 1 away. And it looks like Tim Hill is relieving Fernando Cruz. So this time we don't have any runners on and nobody out. So Hill doesn't need to throw to third base. And Hill sets, and the first pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-0 on Rengifo. And the pitch is lined in right field. Spencer Jones is going to field it clearly and get it in. So Rengifo leads the bottom of the eighth with a single. And it looks like David Hamilton is coming in to pinch hit for Luis Rengifo. They anticipate he's going to be taken off. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a sinker in there for strike one. Mitchell showed bunt. Count is 0-1 on Mitchell. Mitchell is 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts and a sacrifice. Hill sets and fires, and the sinker is down low. Count is 1-1. Hill sets and fires, and Mitchell foul tips this one. Count is 1-2 on Mitchell. Hill sets and fires, and this one is lined to Cobby. He steps on the bag and shoots it to Rice for the twin killing. So that is going to be a 6-3 double play. Coming up to bat is Sal Frelick. Does not have an official at bat. He walked in his first plate appearance. Pitch is on the way, and this is bounced to Jazz. Jazz fields it and fires to Rice. And that is going to do it for the Brewers at the end of 8, heading into the top of the 9th. Coming up to bat is Ryan McMahon, Jose Caballero, and Spencer Jones. From our Major League scoreboard today, Marlins beat the Nationals 5-2. Phillies beat the Rockies 6-0. Orioles beat the Athletics 2-1. Rays beat the Red Sox 4-1. Angels beat the Blue Jays 6-1. 5-4. Reds beat the Astros 5-0. White Sox beat the Mariners 2-1. As you know, heading into the top of the 9th, the Brewers and the Yankees are locked up. Rangers have a 1-0 lead on the Cubs in the bottom of the 8th. Pirates have a 2-0 lead on the Giants in the top of the 3rd. Braves have a 4-0 lead in the top of the 3rd on the Dodgers. Diamondbacks have a 2-0 lead on the Mets in the bottom of the 2nd. And the Padres and the Cardinals are locked up at zeros in the bottom of the 2nd. And the late night game is going to be the Tigers and the Royals. That is your active scoreboard for the night. If you haven't, please drop your vote in our active poll. We have 20 votes at this point. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Hardcore Sports Network or the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Hardcore Sports simulcasts all of our live play-by-plays, and we do play-by-plays here almost every night. Drop a boatload of shorts and have open panels. So if you're interested in that, please consider subscribing. We're at 709 subscriptions. Our next milestone is 710, so we're one away. And it looks like Abner Uribe is coming out to replace Ashby. McMahon is coming up to bat. He has a pop out, a line out, and a ground out. And Uribe sets and fires, and the first pitch is in there for call. Strike one. That is a 100-mile-an-hour sinker. And Uribe sets and fires, and that pitch is just up high. Count is evened at 1-1. And Uribe sets. Pitch is on the way, and McMahon hammers this one foul down the left field line. Count is now 1-2. And David Bednar is getting ready out in the bullpen. Uribe sets and fires, and the slider is swung on and missed for strike three. And down goes McMahon on strikes. Coming up to bat is Jose Caballero. 1 for 3 on the night the afternoon with a double and a run scored. And Uribe sets and fires, and that sinker is up high. Count is 1-0. And Uribe sets. Next pitch is on the way, and that is up and in. Count is 2-0 on Cabby. For those of you just joining the stream, we're in the top of the ninth. The score is tied 3-3 between the Yankees and the Brewers. There is one out, nobody on, and a 2-0 count on Jose Caballero. And Uribe sets and fires, and that pitch is inside. Count is now 3-0. And the pitch is on the way, and the sinker catches the outside corner for call. Strike one. Count is 3-1. Uribe sets and fires, and that pitch is down low. It is called strike two. Caballero is challenging this one. Cabby was stripping his shin guard heading to first, and the call is overturned. That is ball 4. So Caballero finishes stripping his gear off and heads to first. So is the Caballero Express going to be on the roll? Spencer Jones is up to bat, and the first pitch is fouled off. The runner was on his way to second. And Uribe sets, makes a pickoff attempt at first base. Caballero is back in safe. And Uribe sets and fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2 on Jones. And Uribe makes a second pickoff attempt on Caballero. Caballero is back safe. That is his second disengagement. And Caballero will be free to take off. Uribe sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is skied to left field. And Churio is going to make the play for the second out. Hey, John, welcome to the stream. Coming up to bat is J.C. Escara, 0 for 2. And there's a pickoff attempt at first. Caballero is back in head first, safe. JC is 0 for 2 on the day with a base on balls and a strikeout. Uribe sets and fires, and he paints the outside corner with a 100-mile-an-hour sinker. Count is 0-1. Uribe sets and fires, and this pitch is bounced up the middle, but it's right at Ortiz. Ortiz is going to tag the bag, and that is going to end the bottom or the top of the ninth. Coming up in the bottom of the ninth is going to be Joey Ortiz, Jackson Churio, and Bryce Terang. And David Bednar was warming up in the bullpen, so I believe he will be out to try to hold the Brewers down. And if we happen to get it into the 10th inning, I believe J.C. Escara will be our ghost runner. Yeah, we held him last night in the ninth, scored in the 10th, and gave up more. So for those of you out there, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and drop your vote in our active poll. We have 23 votes, 36 likes. Come here, buddy.
You need a Yankees free.
Yep. All right. What do we got to say?
Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
Papa,
Time to win.
time to win.
Yep.
Papa, the grill's out right now.
All right. The grill's out.
Because Nana's cleaning it.
All right.
Oh, it's a good. I think it's a sweet pizza. And let's do how any sweet.
And Bednar sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is fouled off. Count is 0-1.
Get my bite. It gives me good eye bites. Maybe not good. And these bites are good.
And Bednar sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is going to be just outside. Count is 1-1. And the next pitch is on the way. The curveball is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2 on Ortiz. Bednar sets, pitch is on the way, and Ortiz is not able to check his swing. So that is a strikeout for Ortiz on a splitter in the dirt. Coming up to bat is Jackson Churio. And Bednar sets. Pitch is on the way, and the curveball is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And Bednar sets and fires, and that pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-2. It's a 97-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Churio is 0 for 3 on the day with a base on balls. And Bednar sets. Fires, and the splitter is swung on and missed. And that is going to be good morning, good night, afternoon, and good night to Jackson. So you are out of here on strikes. So grab some bench, baby. Coming up to bat is Bryce Terang, 1 for 3 on the day. Pitch is on the way. Get. This is driven to center field, and this is going to be out of here. So that is a walk-off home run by Terang. And the Yankees are going to be swept in this series. A 3-game sweep. We lose 4-3. And the numbers for tonight, Brewers have 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Yankees have 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. Bednar is going to take the loss in this one. So I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy Mother's Day to listen to a little bit of play-by-play. The Yankees are going to be getting on the road to head to Baltimore. So we have a 3-game set at Camden Yards. I will be calling that game. I believe it's at 6:30 tomorrow evening. So stop in, listen to a little bit of baseball, and drop a chat. Uribe is going to take the win on that one too, by the way. So I will end in my traditional fashion with let's Yankees, and we'll see you in the funny papers. Have a great rest of your Mother's Day. Thank you for tuning in.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. I don't ever slow up.